the whiskey. There's the whiskey.
I think Johnny would like to catch his breath, but I think who wants to hear a story? I don't know a song. Doesn't like to follow up a good song with a good story. Right,
You want to hear a story?
Yes.
Neil. Just outside Glasgow. Just outside Glasgow. Close there. Well,
Hey, but you all gotta come in close.
Do you want to hear?
All right.
Here's the whiskey. Hang on.
Yeah, get him out. He needs to read
You
grammar.
want to hear a scary story?
Oh, yes.
Okay. This story was written over 200 years ago, and it was written in the Scots language. This is a language, it's not Gaelic, different from Gaelic. It was written in the Lowlands by Robert Burns. And the story goes, thanks sir.
I love your outfit. I see you all. Can you poster?
That was just water and soda.
I know you're doing something else, but can you poster?
I thought it was just sweat.
A little bit of twist so I can see the
The
ruffle.
story goes, it's about a man out drinking on the market days. The market days are the busy days, are the busy days in Scotland. The women folk would look after the house and the children.
Thank
the men
you
would go to
so
the market
much.
and
That's
trade their
amazing.
goods.
Thank you.
They were supposed to come home with money, but they didn't. They always went to the pub and spent the money and get drunk. And this man's name is Thomas, better known as Tam. And Tam had been told by his wife Catherine, better known as Kate, one of these days you'll stay out there late getting drunk and you'll make it over after the witching hour of midnight, and the countryside is filled with goblins and warlocks and witches, and if you're really unfortunate you might meet the devil himself, Old Nick. The old ruined churches, we call them kirks, are haunted, but this Tam knew better and stayed out one night. A storm came in. He was still in the alehouse and he realised the witching hour had passed. Jumped in the back of his horse, Maggie, better known as Meg, and took off over the countryside. Passing around church, he could hear music, bagpipes, song and dance, lights coming out of the church. It was an old ruin, and he looked in and he seen all these ugly witches all dancing, with the devil playing the bagpipes. But there was one witch who was very young and attractive, and she was wearing a short nightshirt. And Tam, because he was drunk, looked in the window and forgot, and he was attracted to her and shouted. The party stopped, and the hellish legion gave chase. The poem was written over 200 years ago in the Scots language, and you're about to hear it right now. When Chapman Billies leave the street, and Druthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late, and folk begin to tack the gate, whilst we sit boozing at the nappy, getting foo, and unca happy. We think na the lang Scot smiles, the mossies, waters, slaps and styles, that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering brews like gathering storm.
What's up with her?
Listen her wrath to keep it warm. The truth and honest Tam O'Shanter, is he frere and nichted canter, all dare one there a tunes of passes, for honest men and bonny lasses. Tam had now be being so wise, as ta'en thy own wife Kate's advice. She told the well there was a skellum, a blethering, blistering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, market day, thou wasn't sober. Until come elder wi' the miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller. That every egg was caught a showing, the smith and thee got roaring fuon. And at the Lord's house, even in Sunday, thou drank wi' Captain Jean to Monday. She prophesied that later soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catch wi' warlocks in the mirk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Gentle dames at Garsmagreed, to think how money counsels sweet, how money lengthens sage advices, the husband where the wife despises. But to your tale, merk at night, Tam get planted, unkericht, fast by an ingo, blazing finely, where Raymond swats that drank divinely, and at his elbows, Shooter Johnny, his ancient trusty, druthy crony, Tam rode him like a very brother, they'd been foo. for weeks together. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam. The secret favour sweets. Precious. The suitor called his queerest stories. The landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might, rare and rustle. Tam didn't mind the storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man so happy. And drowned himself amongst the nappy. His bees flee home with laser treasure. The minutes swing their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious. All the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppy spread. You seize the flower the bloomy shed. Are like the snowfalls in the river. A moment white, then melts forever. Or right like borealis rays that flit, ere you can point their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, they vanishing amidst the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam on ride. The hour of night, black arch keystone. The dreary hour, Tam mounts his beast in. And sick of night, he tacks a road in. Their poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew, 'twould blow on its last. The rattling showers rose on the blast. The speedy gleam the darkness followed. Loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deal had business on his hand. We'll mount here on his grey mare Meg. Ah, never better lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire. Well, hard and fast his good blue bonnet. Oh, crooning o'er, some old Scots sonnet. Out loud and noon for prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirkcalloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and hullets nightly cry. By this time he'd crossed the ford, where in the snow the charm is spored, and past the birks and meikle stain were drunken Charlie. Brack's neck bane, and through the winds and high the cairn, where hunters fun the murdered bairn, and near the thorn a bin the well, where Mungo's mother hanged herself. Before him down Porzoy's floods, the Dublin storm roars through the woods. The lightnings flash from pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll. When glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkcalloway seemed in a blaze. Through Ilkabo the beams are glancing, and loud resounding mirth and dancing. Inspiring, bold, John Barleycorn, what dangers thou can make us scorn? We tippenny, we face the evil, risky, we face the deal. The swats he reamed in Tammy's noddle. Fair play, he cared ne'er deals a bottle. But Maggie stood, right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, and ventured forward on the light. And thou, Tam, saw an unca sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance. Naked till young, bring you from France. But hornpipes, jigs, brass bays and reels, put life and metal in their heels. Ah, one at Bunker, in the east, there sat old Nick, in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black grim and large. They gave him music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skittle, till roof and rafters all did diddle. Coffins stood round, like open presses, that showed the dead in their last dresses, and with some devilish cantrips like, each in its cold hand held a light, by which Tam was able to note upon the haly table a murderer's banes and jimmy ends, twas by lying beyond christened bairns, a thief you cutty fair eight, with his last gasp, his gab, the gate, 5 tomahawks, with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars, with murder crusted, a garter in which a babe is strangled, a knife, a feather throated mangled, and his own son of life careth. The grey hairs get stacked to the head. We made of horror and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out, with lies seem like a beggar's clout. 3 priest hairs, rotten, black as muck, lay stinking vile in every nook. Tammy glimmered, amazed and curious, as the mirth and fun grew fast and furious, the piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew, the reel they set, they crossed, they click it, till Ilka Carlin swat and ricket and kissed up Duddies to the work and linked it at it in a sack. Now Tam, oh Tam, had even teens, all plump and strapping in their teens. Their sarks instead of cushy flannin, being Snow White, 1700 linen. These breeks of mine, my only pair, the ends for plush with good blue hair, and again them off my hurdies. For a blink, oh the bony birdies, withered beldams, older the droll, ragwoody hags with spear a fall, louping and flinging on a crummock, wondered didn't he turn thy stomach. But Tam ken what was wit for brawly, there was a winsome wench in Wally, that nicht enlisted in the corps, long after kenned in Carrick shore, for mony a beast did edge shot, and perish mony a bonny boat, and shook both meikle corn and bear and kit, the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark, oh Paisley ham, that as a lassie she'd worn in longitude. Though slowly, it was her best, and she was vanity. Ah, little ken thy reverend granny, the sark she caught for her wee nanny. 12 Scots was all riches, wherever graced the dancer riches. But here my muse and winged Moncur, sick flights are far beyond the poor, to sing our nanny lap and flang. Ah, Sybil jade she was, and strang, and how Tam Stoodley ain bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glittered, and fish with fair, and hawked and blew with micht and main, till first the cable, side another, Tam Tinty's reason, all together, and roared out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. Scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees buzz out with angry fight, when plundering herds assailed their bite, when open pussy's mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the marty crowd, when "Catch a thief!" resounds aloud. Maggie runs, the witches follow, with mony an eldritch screeching hollow. A Tam, they'll get thy fern, in hell they'll roast ye like a hern. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. So do thy speedy utmost meg, and win the keys to the brig. There in him now they tail me toss, a running stream they dare me toss. But if e'er the keys than she's to make, the faint the tail she had to shake. For Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam, with fury settle, a little list, she's Maggie's metal. A spring brought off her master hill, but left behind her ain grey tail. The Carlin clocked her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now who this tale of truth may read, that man and mother's son to take heed, with her to drink, ye are inclined, or Cutty Sarks run in your mind. Think you may buy the joys of dear, remember, Tam O'Shanter's mere. Thank you.
Hey, the Caledonian Cowboy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We're finished. Just to give you a wee bit of the picture there. The story and the folklore tells you, if you're getting chased by the devil or witches or warlocks in Scotland, if you can pass the midway point of running water, you'll be safe. And the bridge is still there to this day, the old stone bridge, the keystone in the middle, that locks the stones together. And the horse getting to the middle, and the witches are on him. And the witch makes a grab for Tam, the drunk man. And his horse, Meg, makes a final jump. And jumps over the midway point, just as the witch grabs the poor horse's tail and pops it off. So Tam was drunk. Tam never learned his lesson. But the hero of the story was actually a heroine. Maggie, Meg, the horse.